We can worship at the altar of Apple, and we can worship Steve Jobs all we want. But I want to be clear about the purpose of this book. What Would Steve Jobs Do? Is not a biography of Steve Jobs. What Would Steve Jobs Do? Is not a history of Apple Inc. Biographies of Steve and histories of Apple have already been done, and done well. There's no need for another Me Too book on the business shelf. Several titles can already be found that focus on innovation, how Apple does innovation, and how Steve Jobs supported and led innovation. The point of What Would Steve Jobs Do? Is not just to recall or recount the successes of Apple and Steve Jobs. It is to capture the essence of what Steve Jobs has done as a leader. It's about what you can take away from Steve's style and success and apply to your organization. Sure, much of Steve's success was based on innovation, and creating an innovation culture is a major component of his leadership success. We as leaders have a responsibility to manage innovation in our organizations. An organization that doesn't innovate is dead in the water, ready to be sunk by the progress of technology, the competition, or both. An organization that doesn't innovate is not responding to its customers, nor is it responding to the outside world. No doubt, Steve did innovation well. But there was something else, something above and beyond, that got millions to follow him. Millions inside and outside his organization. There was something that got us to tune in to that Stanford address, to leave flowers in front of the local Apple store, and to pause and reflect on the day he died. There is something above and beyond the Thomas Edison meets Willy Wonka image that is usually used to describe Steve. Steve Jobs proved himself to be both a titan of American business and a titan of our personal experience. Nobody else in history has come close to achieving that status. The world is immeasurably better for his existence. What Would Steve Jobs Do? Attempts to capture how he did it. A Roadmap to Excellence. What Would Steve Jobs Do? Has two parts. The first 3 chapters give some context, a core, of Apple's history, blended with Steve's own personal bio, as a foundation for understanding his leadership style. We then examine today's conventional views of leadership and appraise how Steve was different, arriving at the 6-part Steve Jobs leadership model. The remaining 6 chapters cover the 6 parts of that model: customer, vision, culture, product, message, and brand. As much as possible, I lay out each critical piece in Steve's uniquely elegant, simple style, capturing what you can do to think different about your business and your organization.